With a fresh haircut and a sharp boot, Liverpool FC's Mohamed Salah has taken celebration inspiration from Israel Adesanya. Here's Salah explaining the celebration in a clip from the Men in Blazers YouTube channel.
But after both your goals this season, you pulled out an imaginary bow, fired an invisible arrow towards the sky. I want to know, who invented that celebration? Where did you practice it to get it game ready? Where does it come from? Tell us the story.
I was watching the UFC, Pereira against Israel Adesanya. When he won the second fight against Pereira, he celebrated like that because Pereira, I think, beat him in the first one. So I like the celebration, then that's why I did it.
Oh, I thought it was like Mo, Olympic addict, but no, it was Mo, UFC fan.
I'm a UFC fan, yeah. And also become, in the end, people take it as our Egyptian pharaoh used to do it when they draw something in a temple or just in a pyramid or somewhere.
Oh, Mo Salah, the hieroglyphics. By the way, young listeners, play chess like Mo, watch UFC like Mo, play football like Mo. That's the recipe.
For everybody that's just seen that clip, you all, if you're a football fan, you all know who Mo Salah is. He is one of the best footballers that's graced the Premier League over here in the UK. Had a big game against Manchester United over the weekend. Scored that goal, the third goal, the final goal, and pulled up that big celebration there. Obviously, he's taking inspiration from a UFC fighter, which he alluded to there as he done the interview. Because when I saw it first, I thought, what's that one? You know what I mean? But for somebody that obviously you know what Mo Salah was talking about there, you seen the match over the weekend as well with United losing. I was really that made my day. That did, you know what I mean? After what happened to us, but we won't talk what happened to my club. But talk to me about that one there that Mo Salah was just talking about.
Look, for me, it's really exciting because it shows that the UFC and the fighters there are at the top of the international sports scene. Now, that's one of the things that comes with being at the top is you hear of them being referenced by athletes in other sports. You see them at games with athletes at other sports, whether it be basketball, football, etc. And right now, MMA is at the height of its powers. And to just go to Africa, the fact that he's referencing another African in Israel Adesanya, and we've just seen the battle for Africa between him and Dricus du Plessis. For me, seeing that is absolutely phenomenal because it shows that African MMA is right now at the forefront. And seeing Mo Salah do it, we've seen a few other fighters do it, specifically David Onyama. He did it. Yeah. Onana, sorry. And now we've got Mo Salah, the great Mo Salah, doing it. It's very exciting to see it being replicated and just being put on the world stage, because now people are going to go and check who is Israel Adesanya, then check who's Dricus, and then they'll find us. So, yay!
You have to drop that. I see what you did there, man. I see what you did there. That's clever. I see what you did there. Answering, I mean, we've seen, when Ilia Topuria was fighting, there was Sergio Ramos, there was a Real Madrid defender. He plays for Real Madrid, also plays for Spain. He was there present. We've seen Cristiano Ronaldo at many MMA events as well. So there's a lot of football fans. Kevin De Bruyne, they always turn up at some of these events. And Kevin De Bruyne is a big football superstar. If anybody don't know, plays for Manchester City, probably the best midfielder in the world. But seeing a big superstar like Mo Salah, obviously explaining and referencing is interesting in MMA first. That was what really got me. You know what I mean? That, okay, you know what? This guy actually follows MMA, because that was one thing I didn't know. I just know it's because goes against my team, and I hate it. But now I've found a reason to like him. But please tell me what you think from what he's saying there and his reference to MMA.
Man, I think anytime that you can get somebody from the world's biggest sport, obviously, you know how I feel about football, football in the United States, football, yeah. Sterling knows what I'm talking about. But like when it comes to the international game, and you get somebody that recognizes the UFC, kind of like what Real Madrid did with Ilia Topuria, like that's a big deal. That's a huge deal, especially for the UFC, which is an international sport. So I mean, I think that's amazing. Now, mind you, that wasn't Israel Adesanya's actual celebration. So, I mean, there's that. But that's besides the point.
There. You had to go there. You had
Yeah,
to take
no,
it there.
for real.
I'm saying it's not, but Izzy didn't say
Oh,
nothing.
you
about
hurt
that,
my
you know
feelings
what I'm
now.
saying? But besides that, I mean, it's huge for the UFC to have somebody of that caliber kind of championing the sport. That definitely helps, and it helps us for sure. I'll take it. I'll take all that.
Yeah, man. Come on. What about you, Sterling? I know you don't know much about football, but you know, just even like the like we saw with Dricos when Dricos defeated Israel Adesanya, he came with the rugby team, with the Springboks, you know, and these are guys that are, you know, that are now taking the sport to a different dimension than it's always been, you know, and having that sort of a link to rugby to football, maybe to even with NFL over there in the US, like I think is huge.
Brother, it's huge. I mean, last week, Sean O'Malley was at the Arizona Cardinals training camp, met Kyler Murray, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Last year, the Houston Texans honored Derek Lewis. The Houston Astros let him throw the first pitch out for baseball. So it's really dope to see that, bro. And then, like, when you see all these athletes, like when they do a celebration like that, like Jose Altuve hit a home run last year. One of the Astros hitters, if you're from America, you know he's a dog. But as he hits the home run, he does and then D. Lewis, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's
Yeah,
cool guys do stuff like that.
right. No, that's absolutely cool, man. And long may it continue. I want to see more of, you know, stuff like that, because what it does is it opens doors for the UFC. Like Ilia Topuria doing that. The Prime Minister of Spain actually gave him citizenship, and Sergio Ramos being there. Sergio Ramos is like a football god over there in Spain, and they love him. You know, is the El Capitan for the whole nation. And off the back of that, they gave him a Spanish residency, and now they said UFC is now open to come over to Spain, which hasn't happened before. So these are things, you know, when we have those sort of collaborations, if you like, it's only big for the sport. It's big for the fans, and it just makes the sport, you know, grow and multiplying in ways that we want it to be. You know, we want it to get as big as boxing one day. That's what I'm hoping for. You know what I mean? Because all our fighters are always scrambling to get over to boxing and earn that big bag. But one day, you know, what we want is our sport to get as big as boxing is. But people, leave your opinions in the comments. Leave your thoughts and feelings in the comments below. Let us know what you think about that clip there. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget we do our Dust Off Shakedown every Wednesday, 9 p.m. UK time. Don't miss it.